Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nothing New Under the Sun with Amy Campbell. That's me. And you'll notice that I am dressed in some holiday cheer, and that's because I like that. That's the way I am. I like to do all the cheesy outfits that I can, and I have several of them for Christmas. So that is what I'm doing. So I want to get some use out of them. So that's the best way to do it. So starting December 1st, I've been wearing my Christmas stuff. So this is one of my favorite ones because it's got the little Mrs. Claus dress and the striped sleeves, which I love. But I wanted to get back with you because I haven't done a video in a few weeks. I'm sure you've noticed. And the reason is because of the hustle and bustle of the holidays. And that, I know, also sounds cheesy, but it's true. And that's why there's a saying, the hustle and bustle of the holidays, because it truly is a time you got to hustle around and get things done and make your lists and check them twice, which is exactly what I've been doing. But this year, it seems like I've had a lot more than usual, as if I didn't have enough before, because our house is kind of central for most of the holiday parties for our family, because I'm good at it. That's one of the things I'm good at, is hosting parties. And we have enough room that we can get everybody in, and we've got, creative ways of having enough seating and places to put all the food and everything. But anyway, I wanted to get on here. And first, I wanted to talk about the hustle and bustle of getting your beauty tips in. So I wanted to show you some quick things that I do to keep looking good during the holidays and actually all year round. So number one is I use a self tanner, and it just gives me a nice glow. It doesn't look too fakey, and if you'll notice, I don't have any makeup on, and I'm pretty happy with how I look just with the tanner. I just put it on like every couple of times after I take a shower. Like I put it on after every 2 or 3 days. And it comes with this mitt, and you just squirt it on here. It's like a shaving cream, kind of a foam. And I just, rub it all over. I keep rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it until it's rubbed in really good. I make sure and go down my neck and everything so, I don't look funny. In the summer, I'll do it on my arms and chest and down my legs and everything. This is a beautiful self tanner. So it's called Saint-Tropez, and I got it off of like HSN, either HSN or QVC. But it was a really good deal. It doesn't cost, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks, and it lasts me for a long time. And it does a really good tan, and it doesn't smear. It doesn't look orangish. Just looks like I have a tan. So that's a big deal, because I can definitely tell when I start going pale winter white. So anyway, that's a big deal. Second of all, I have to wear a moisturizer. Now, if you don't wear a moisturizer and you're in your 20s, 30s, even 40s, I would advise you to start using one right away to kind of keep your skin healthy and moist so it doesn't get real wrinkly and dry. What a lot of people don't realize is that when your skin gets dry, it's kind of like when the earth gets dry. It starts cracking and, looks wrinkly and dry and bleh. And your skin is the same way. You have to moisturize. So all my life, I've washed my face with water only. And it started out that way because I just didn't want to get soap in my eyes. But anyway, I've learned over the years that actually pulls the moisture out of your face if you just use water and you don't go back and use some kind of moisturizer. Now, soap or cleansers, that cleans it, and then you rinse it off with water, but then you need to put some a toner on. So that kind of helps tone down the dryness, and then you put a moisturizer on. I learned that when I was on a cruise for the first time, and I went and had a facial done, and they taught me all this stuff. And you definitely, after you do cleansing and or exfoliating, you need a toner. It's like when you put, when you wash your hair and then you condition your hair, the conditioner is the toner for your hair. You need a toner for your face or for your skin. And then you put on the moisturizer. So that's just another little trick that will help you. Make sure you do that. I don't know if you guys have seen these. I see them out a lot at Christmas to buy. It's kind of got this marble roller, but once you put your moisturizer on, which I have just put my moisturizer on, you just roll this in. It's really got a cooling effect. Now, where I saw this the first time was on, what is it? Live with Kelly. Who's she with now? Kelly and Ryan. But she uses one of these every day too. And it's after you put your moisturizer on, it helps help it sink into your skin better. And it just feels so good, really. And it helps distribute some of the areas where you might have bags or something, because you want to distribute that fluid that's bagging up under there. This is a critical area for me, is like these eye smile lines. When I smile, that's where I get the wrinkles. You can see them there and there. So anyway, that's pretty good. Just rub it all around, and it feels so good. You'll really like it. I know it again seems cheesy, but it's great. Now, so I don't know if you can see this spot right here, but it's like a dot. I'll tell you, when I was in high school, I had a big zit there. And it was one of those ones that was under the skin. It was real hard to get, and I squeezed it all the time, and more stuff would come out. More stuff was come out. Gross, I know, but I couldn't stay away from it. And then it got a scab over it. So then I was picking at the scab all the time. And anyway, so I ended up with this dark spot scar. So I just get this not highlighter, but concealer. Oh, here's on my toilet, sorry. It's like in a lipstick too. The lady that helps me clean my house, a lot of times she moves stuff around. Here it is. Okay, so here it is. This one is by Revlon. It's called Photo Ready Concealer. But I just go to dark places. Now, I'm not talking about these moles. We'll talk about that in a minute. But kind of have a dark place there, and right there in the corners of my eyes. So I just put a little bit on. It doesn't take much. I had a scratch down here, so I just put it right there, just a little bit. And then also, to make your eyes look like they're going up instead of sagging down, you want them to look like they're going up. So you put it going upwards, okay? And then you just use a blender, any kind of blender. A lot of people use those little sponge things, and I have this stuff. I just found it. A lot of times I can't find it, but you just blot it in. So now I'm totally not doing this for anything but a concealer. This really isn't to highlight at all at this point. But that just takes a second, and I don't do anything that takes much longer than that. And I'll show you why next. Okay, so yeah, these spots, they're age spots, and I'm starting to get a lot of them. And when I put the tanner on, that brown just goes over them and it soaks it in, and I mean, they stand out more, but it kind of gives me some color and it makes me unique. This one looks like a beauty mark, so whatever. And here's the thing. I tried to get those frozen off one time at my doctor, and I did. I actually got them frozen off. They just come back though after I've been in the sun a little bit, whatever. But anyway, it hurt, like, you know, really bad, like really bad words. It hurt. It's like this stinger going in there, and it's just like zzz. Ooh, it hurts so bad. Would not recommend it. However, if those really bother you, then do it, you know, stick it out, take the pain. You can see I have them over my eye. It was funny because he started actually on this side. This one, after he did it, was actually a lot smaller, but you can see it has come back. But he was doing these over here, and then he got to this one, and I was like, I can't do anymore. So he didn't even get to this side. Whatever. Anyway, so it's just part of life, and I'm okay with it. I don't look at people like that anyway, like, hey, look at this. You know, I'm looking at your face, and you're looking at my eyes, so it's no big deal. Now, so here's my next tip. It's this makeup that I found out about last year, and it's for women who are older, but anybody can use it, but it's especially formulated for older women. But I would recommend especially anybody over 40. But it's called Boom Trio. Now, I got some black stuff on it. It doesn't usually have that, but anyway, Boom. And it's called the Boomstick Trio, and it comes just like this, these 3 little sticks. I love them. I love my sticks. So the first one is kind of, so Boom Trio, 3 sticks. Okay, so the first one is, what do they call it? Just Boomstick Glow. And it's like a moisturizer, but it's kind of like chapstick. That's the texture of it or whatever. But anyway, anywhere you need extra moisture, and this is kind of like your base, because once you get this moisture in there, it kind of gives you this dewy look, and it's just glowing and pretty, you'll see. So I put it under my eyes, and you know, where I get those smile lines, right? For sure. And my forehead, I seem to be getting wrinkly up there, so I do that. All around my mouth, because my mouth gets really dry. Now, this is so easy. That's another reason why I really like it. So, just some of this. Now, I've been getting compliments on this lately, so I thought I would share it with you. So anyway, and then I just kind of move it around so it's not like just a big glob of glowy stuff. So you can already see some colors. It's my natural color just coming out. Okay, this gives you a healthy glow. You won't believe it. Will not believe it. Okay, that's the first step. Wait, let me do my eyes. Then we have this one, which is just Boomstick Color. And it's this real pretty red, and it's the same color for everybody. And it's more of a sheer color, so it's not like real bright or real dark or anything. So anyway, you put it on. I put it on just a little bit on my apples, but then I move it up my cheeks. Again, to draw everything upward. And then you just kind of rub it in, and you'll notice it goes sheer. It's not like real paint looking. So it just looks like natural color. I always put it up here on my forehead, you know, to make it look like I got some sun. And oh, I put it on my lips. No big deal though. I mean, it's so much easier than doing a whole face of makeup. And here's what's really fun about it. You just put it anywhere where you want to look naturally blushing, like the sun has hit you. So I put some on my neck to look alive. And then you can see there's some on my fingers, so I'll take it and I'll rub it on my eyes too. So I don't even have to have eyeshadow, I just rub that around. I can never get enough of this on my cheeks. Like, I really like to look rosy and happy and alive. Okay, have you noticed that sometimes when the young girls are doing their makeup these days, they look about half dead? I don't know why they want to do that. Anyway, then the third stick is called Glimmer, and it's your highlighter. The older ladies, they say, oh, well, I use that to, you know, when I'm going out on a date night or whatever. I use it all the time because it gives a glow, and it's really in style right now to have that shiny glow. And I put it up here at the top of my eyes to kind of highlight those. Anyway, if you want to look fresh-faced, I put it here because it is like a highlighter. Now, I don't know if my light is too much, but anyway, it's just right. And then I just take my eyeliner, which this is my Unique eyeliner. It's still my favorite eyeliner. I'm not selling Unique anymore, but it's the best eyeliner. It comes off really easily. So just put it halfway over my eye, and I put it pretty thick. And really, you're supposed to go from the outside in, make little strokes. That just makes it easier. It doesn't do anything. You're not doing anything wrong if you don't do it that way. And then I go up under my eyelash line. It makes your eyelashes look thicker. I don't go past the corner of my eye though, because since I'm older, that will make me look older. But it makes such a big difference. Do the other eye. Kind of thick. If I go too thin, I won't get the look I want, so. Now, you could go on the bottom line too, but again, after 50, they say that you shouldn't do that, so I'm not gonna do it. And I haven't been doing it, and I do think I look younger. And by the way, I wear my hair up like this all the time, and I really feel like it makes me look younger because it pulls everything up. So it's like an instant facelift. So I do have some wigs that I like to wear that I look really good in, but I don't like to wear them all the time. This is my daily look. Anyway, then just some mascara, and this is also from Unique. It's my favorite 4D mascara. You want to get that, like, shake it back and forth down at the bottom of the lashes and then pull it up and out. And I just learned this, you want to kind of move them towards the center of your face. It just makes them appear longer because they can see them up against your eyelids. Huge difference just with that one eye. You can tell the difference between which eye has it and which eye doesn't. Anyway, that's all I do. That's my makeup for the day. And you know, yeah, I've been talking and telling you this stuff, but it takes me just like 5 minutes, if that. Shake it at the bottom and pull up and inward. And that's it. Cheerful for Christmas. Okay, so then of course I'm gonna add like some earrings and stuff to like brighten everything up, but that's it. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about why I've been so busy and haven't been able to really do any videos for the last few weeks. Here's my thing. I believe that you can only do so much every day. And if I push myself to do too much, I won't get anything done right. So I have to prioritize, and if that means that I can't do a video, I'm sorry, but I can't. I don't want to do a video and halfway do it. So I had to prioritize, and that was just the one thing that I didn't get to. Let me boost myself up here. So, so there was a lot of things happening. You know, there was Thanksgiving. Well, a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, my uncle fell and broke his hip. And then he was in the hospital, and then he came home, and I went over to kind of talk to my aunt and see, you know, what I could help her with. And then he ended up going back in the hospital, and then early morning Thanksgiving, he passed away. So, so that was really difficult and sad, and I wanted to help out wherever I could there. So I went to the hospital and just helped out where I could. I don't know, some of you may not know, but I'm also a registered nurse. And so I wanted to be able to help with ideas for equipment and for therapy services and things like that. So I did go to the hospital, and I went to their home, you know, back and forth, and then to the funeral. And just lots of things going on with that. Plus, my mom lives here at my house. Like when my dad died several years ago, let's say 23 years ago, my brothers and sisters got like some of the insurance money, and then my mom gave me the house, but my husband made an apartment for her in the garage. So she's right out my back door all the time. And it was her brother that passed away. And so, she doesn't need me to do things a lot of the time, but she's always right there where we can help her if needed. So we had that. And then we had Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving here at our house on Thursday for my side of the family. And then we had it on Saturday for Sean's side of the family. And, putting something like that together isn't super easy. Like, you have to make sure that you make time to go buy all the groceries. You have to go through all the recipes, make sure you have everything for everything. Even though Sean makes the meals, I don't know if you know that, but my husband is a great cook, and he likes to, it's a challenge for him to make sure that everything gets done at the same time and it's hot and ready at noon when we're ready to eat. So, but I do all of the, planning and shopping and all that to make sure he has everything he needs. And then there's some little sides that I make, like I make the dressing, that I got from his grandma's recipe. So anyway, at the same time of all of that stuff, I am involved in community theater. And so we were coming down to some of our last rehearsals for A Christmas Carol, which was all week last week, which today's the 17th. So last Saturday was the last production. It was 2 shows in one day. But anyway, we were having a lot of rehearsals often, and I wasn't in that play, but I was the stage manager. You see, I just started with, it's called the Duck Creek Players at our community theater this year. And the first thing that I did was I was an actor in The Gentleman from Indiana. And then the next play, I was an assistant director for the summer for the Shakespeare in the Park. And then someone's husband passed away from COVID, and so she had to drop out of the play. So then I had to jump in as an actor for that one too. And, you're having lots of practices. Like, we start out having 1 practice a week early on, but then the last month or so we have 2 practices a week, and then the last week we have like 3 or 4 dress rehearsals and then 3 or 4 shows. So it takes a lot of your time and effort, and it was really hot out in the summer when we were doing that. So that was a big deal, getting costuming together and what the set was going to be, getting all of that. So then we went into the practices for A Christmas Carol, and I didn't really have to do anything in like September and October, but come, I think it was November 14th, I started coming to the practices, and they were having 2 a week. And I was trying to get things organized because I was the stage manager for that one. And I was making sure everybody was there and making sure they were in the right place at the right time and making sure the props got on the stage and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun. It's fun. Community theater is fun, but that's one of the hard jobs. But I've been doing all of this to kind of learn about the theater so that I could be a director someday. Well, lo and behold, during this time, I was offered to be a director for next year's shows for one of them, and it's Alice in Wonderland. Well, interestingly enough, I was supposed to be in Mousetrap this past fall, but if you'll remember, I think I talked about it maybe, but when I was in rehearsals for that program, actually I was in rehearsals for Much Ado. That's right. Anyway, one of the cast members for Mousetrap passed away. And so they canceled it at that time, and they rescheduled it for, it's going to be in February, like right before Valentine's Day. So you can see how, I mean, things are just mounting and mounting, okay? So Mousetrap, we're now back into our rehearsals for that. And then in March, towards the end of March, like March 20th, in that area somewhere, is when we do Alice. So I'm gonna have to be doubling up practices. I'll be directing for Alice, but I'll be acting for Mousetrap. So I've got to get those lines learned. Whew. Anyway, I'm playing Mrs. Boyle in Mousetrap. If you've ever seen it or read the book is Three Blind Mice by Agatha Christie. So, so I'm going to be Mrs. Boyle. And it's the most lines I've had since I've been doing these plays. I think I have like 112 lines or something. Maybe not, maybe 85. I forget, but it's a lot. And it's triple what I had in The Gentleman from Indiana, more than triple. So anyway, I've got a lot on my plate. I'm trying to get psyched up and figure out how I'm going to run Alice, and it's going to be a children's production. And so that'll be 18 years and younger can be in that one. And I'm having auditions for that one on January 9th. So if any of y'all have kids out there in the Elwood area or surrounding towns, and you want to bring them, I would be glad to have them because I have about 30 parts to fill. So anyways, I have that I'm working on. And then, you know, I don't know how many of you know what I do, but I told you before, I'm a nurse, and we have a home health care company, and I'm the administrator, and I have been you know, planning the parties, like the Christmas party, the Thanksgiving. We did baskets for We Care, for their We Care auction. We did the parade a couple of weekends ago. And so, you know, that was the same day that we did the set build for A Christmas Carol. And then we had to rush up there and get our float together and go be in the parade. I was Mrs. Claus, my husband was Santa Claus. We had to throw candy. We had to decorate the float, and all of those things I was the one having to go out and plan for and shop for and put together. My employees, yes, they decorated the float. It was beautiful. They did a great job. But it's just been a lot, you know, and then, you know, just my family and having Christmas shopping to do and food shopping to do. And, you know, we're going to have family Christmas parties. So I have like this weekend, we're going to Great Wolf Lodge with all of our kids and grandkids. So that's going to be a lot of fun, but there's planning that's gone into that, and shopping and hustle and bustle, you know. So all I can tell you is get a calendar and write down what you have to do. And then go back when you have quiet time and assign yourself when you're going to do the shopping, when you're going to learn your lines, you know, when you're going to make the rehearsal schedule for Alice, what you need for each party, how many gifts you need, a gift list for each person. Okay, who all am I going to buy for? Okay, I have this person, this person, this person. I have Christmas Eve, I have Christmas morning, I have New Year's Day, we're having a Christmas party. We're having a birthday party for my father-in-law probably that weekend. I mean, just, there's a lot. And I'm sure that everybody has a lot of hustle and bustle at Christmas. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you about how busy I've been, and tell you I'm ready to get back into the video making as soon as I can get some time, some extra time. So anyway, have a great Christmas. If I don't get another video on before then, have a great Christmas, and I will see you very soon. Hopefully next week I'll get a video out right before Christmas, and then yeah, we'll go on from there. So I'll let you know how everything turns out. All right, Merry Christmas.